Hello everyone! Good afternoon Philippines, good day world! Magandang hapon sa lahat, maayong hapon sa tanan, mapya ang malulom sa langon. This is your admin Sam of the Philippine Pageants page and welcome to my exclusive, live, and interactive interview today. So ngayong araw nito guys, special dahil kasama natin ang newly crowned Miss Philippines Earth 2021 from Parañaque City. Walang iba kundi ang napakagandang si Miss Naelah Alshorbaji. So ngayon guys, pag-uusapan natin ang kanyang journey at kanyang victory sa Miss Philippines Earth 2021. Musta nang ladyan guys? At of course, magpapasalamat muna ako sa Carousel Production sa pagpayag ng interview na ito. And of course, kay Tito Rogel Flores. At ito guys, hindi ko na patatagalin to guys. Please help me welcome the beautiful and smart with Filipino and Syrian beauty, Miss Naelah Alshorbaji. Yan.
Oh, thank you so much for having me.
Yan, andali ito. You're so welcome. Musta na ang isang bagong Miss Philippines Earth 2021?
Okay naman po. At least like we're reducing naman yung interviews ngayon. So we're just waiting for the lockdown to subside so that I can start planning for my international comp.
Exactly. It has been 2 weeks since you were crowned Miss Philippines Earth. Musta na ang
Officially, no? Sunday ngayon.
Yes. Musta na ang Musta na ang feeling ngayon? Nag-sink in na lahat na ikaw na ang Miss Philippines Earth and you will be representing the Philippines.
Finally, it took a long time for it to sink in, mga 1.5 weeks. After all the congratulations, after all the messages, only now I wake up and I'm like, oh my God, I Miss Philippines Earth 2021.
Wow. And of course, congratulations. Yan. And again, congratulations, kaganda ang Flores. Ikaw ang pinaka 16th. Na
16.
from the pang-anim. Yes, from the KF. Grabe ang domination ng KF. And of course, bago tayo mag-umpisa pa, magpapakita ko ngayon ang video ng crowning mo. Yan. So pakita natin ngayon para makita ng lahat ng hindi pa nakapanood. Kung meron man. Halos lahat naman nakapanood niyan eh. Yan. Yan, ito share ko na.
And finally, this is it.
Cute.
Them all.
I get so emotional every time I watch this.
2021. Miss Philippines Earth 2021 is Parañaque City. We can see you and we can hear you perfectly. I hope that you can hear me as I make this grand announcement. Are you ready?
Yes.
Naelah, I just want to say congratulations, because you are Miss Philippines Earth 2021, Parañaque City!
Ang cute!
Congratulations, Naelah Alshorbaji!
Oh my God, I'm freaking out a little bit. Thank you.
We love your smile. We can feel your emotion right now. Is there something that you want to say?
I just want to say thank you to everybody who supported me through this. It's been a
a very difficult journey, but to my heart, I knew that I wanted to be Miss Earth.
Okay, yan. Wow, so parang kang nanonood ng reaction video, no?
Yeah. You're watching my reaction of my reaction. Reaction 7.
Kumusta yung feeling that time? Yung very moment na tinawag ang Miss Philippines Earth?
Sobrang shocked ako kasi they told me to just get ready. They didn't say that they were gonna announce. Akala ko may isa pang question after top 10.
Yes.
And like, I'm preparing myself for another question. Tapos bigla sasabihin nila na nanalo ka. I'm like, oh my God, what do you mean? Kaya nga sinabi ko, I'm freaking out because that's really how I felt. I'm like, oh my God, I'm not ready. I didn't know. Hindi
And
ako.
yes. How did you control your emotion that time? Kasi halos, buti nasa composure mo is nandun pa eh.
I was trying to so hard, but towards the end, after I thanked everybody, I was really sobbing. You could even see it. I was like, like really hard.
Wow. And ito para sa mga pageant fans, you win was actually predictable. Ramdam mo ba na heavy favorite ka even from the start?
What?
Ramdam
Sorry.
mo ba na heavy favorite ka even from the start? Paborito ka ng manalo even from the start?
Well, I was in most of the hot picks, and then there's a lot of
Yes.
pageant page posting about me. So
Yes.
yeah, I felt that I was a favorite, but at the same time, it gave me a lot of pressure because I had to live
Yan.
up to what people wanted me to
Yes.
be. There's a lot of moments where you're the hot pick, but you don't perform well. So then they're disappointed. So I always have to carry that with me. So I'm glad that regardless of everything and all the pressure, I was able to succeed
Yes.
kahit papaano.
Yeah. And how did you handle that pressure?
The question?
The pressure, na isa kang favorite.
I try to handle it by always trying to be my best at all times. Know that I'm lucky. Not a lot of girls. There's a different pressure. So you have a pressure for being the people that people are looking at, and if you're not that person, you're also pressured because you're not that person. So regardless of what you do, you're always going to be pressured. So I just try to keep that in mind.
Yes. At of course, pa-trivia tayo kasi ako nasa Jeddah ako at ang ating queen, Naelah, was actually born here in Jeddah. Oh,
Yes.
di ba?
Born in Jeddah, left when I was 1, and then I moved to Syria. But my family was living there for maybe 10 years.
So sa Damascus, di ba?
Yeah, we moved to Syria, Damascus.
Yes. And of course, alam naman natin sa mga mahilig sa history dyan, Damascus is the oldest inhabited capital city in the world. Yan. Tapos nag-move sila sa Pilipinas. Wow. And thank you that we have a queen, Naelah Alshorbaji. Now, if there's one word to describe your crowning moment, what is that?
If there is one word to describe, and I think a lot of queens would also say this, and I can't help but say it, but unforgettable. Because it's a moment where I was in complete shock. This is something that I've been dreaming of, and not everybody gets the chance to do this. Imagine per batch of 68, 50 girls, only one person gets crowned. So it's completely unforgettable, and I'll remember it for the rest of my life.
Wow. Ano ito yan yung pinakamaraming official candidates for the Miss Philippines Earth?
Yeah.
More than 60.
68.
Yes. Sino ba mga kaibigan mo na doon sa 68 na yun?
I met a lot of girls that I became friends with, but the number one person who I became close with after the pageant, and she's now my best friend, and I always call her all the time. Miss Alisa Cebu, Mia Salisbury. I love her so much.
Wow. At anong camp?
KF, syempre.
KF pa rin, di ba? Wow. Yes. And if there is one word to describe the entire virtual pageant, ano yun?
The one word to describe virtual pageant is an experience. It's an experience. A lot of people would bash about it, saying that it's just online. This is like a Zoom meeting. It's not true. For me
Yeah.
personally, I've had live pageants and I've had online. But online
Okay.
pageants are a lot more difficult for me compared to live pageants. So it's a lot of more work. It costs more money. At the same time, like
Ah,
honestly, you guys have to admit the videos look so good.
yes. Exactly. Yan. At yun, pinagkagastusan talaga yung video na yun, di ba?
Yeah, from my own
Mhm.
pocket.
At gusto ko yung nabanggit mo na virtual, di ba? Na hindi, kumbaga, hindi lang siya, akala ng iba kasi napakadali lang eh.
Yeah, no, no, not at
Yes.
all.
Ano yung pinaka-challenging moment having a virtual pageant?
The most challenging moment for the virtual is organization. Kasi alam
Mm.
mo, pag live pageant, you just need to
Mm.
go to the area or the place that they
Yes.
tell you to go, and then yun na, tapos na, tapos you go home. Pero ito naman, every single video, may ibang-ibang places na kailangan mo
Yes.
i-video. So you have
Mm.
to plan all of that, talk to the city government if they can allow you to video there. Kasi at the same time, we're in a pandemic, so it's hard to video. So the most challenging thing.
Oh, nahulog. Hello guys, at medyo nawalang internet ang ating Queen Naelah and mamaya, hintayin natin siya. So, sa mga naghihintay dyan, hello po sa inyong lahat dyan. At sa mga hindi ko mabasa yung comments dyan sa kuan ko, sa Facebook ko, punta kayo sa Philippine Pageant page. Nababasa ko kayo. Kasi hindi rin pwedeng lagi ako nakatingin sa phone ko habang nag-i-interview ako kasi minsan parang akala ng iba hindi ako attentive sa ating bisita. Yan. So, mega shoutout po sa inyong lahat diyan. And of course, nandito ang ating Yes.
Most
Yes,
challenging
it's okay.
one.
Ganito talaga pag virtual.
Kailangan
Yan.
yung internet mo. Kasi minsan,
Exactly.
yung mga events, online events that we have, the intelligence
Mm.
round, kailangan may steady internet ka, you have to have an entire team and get ready. So that's also one of the things that are very difficult.
Yes. And I think another difficult about having a virtual pageant is kailangan yung production mo is magagaling kasi paano kung mga kalaban mo kumuha na napakagaling ng mga directors, mga, di ba? Mga production, ganyan, yung concept nila ang ganda. So, paano din yan eh? Di ba? Yung concept kung paano siya pagandahin. Isa din yan, di ba?
Yeah, we have to figure it out ourselves. And the thing is, when I started, I thought, okay, we can just make a normal video, and it could be anywhere. So I shot one of them, it's a KF, and then it wasn't as amazing as the other girls. And then I saw the work of the other girls, and I was like, oh my god, palaban talaga.
Yes.
So put your 100%.
Kaya mapapagastos ka talaga kung gusto mo ng quality na video, di ba?
Yeah.
Na competitive.
Parang commercial every single thing.
Pero looking back, did you expect that it would be a virtual from the start to the end?
Huh?
Looking back, did you expect that it would be a virtual pageant from the start to the end, to the finals?
I honestly did not think that the final, yung finale, virtual. Pero we had a lockdown, so it's understandable. I tried to think of it like I would expect that it could be virtual, but really in my mind, from the start, they told us it would be live, yung final.
Yes.
So I knew everything would be online.
Yes, exactly.
Live siya. But it's okay. Either way, it's experience.
Yes, it's okay. At saka naging successful naman eh. And I have to be honest, I think yun nga yung finals kasi una pinapunta natin si Miss Earth from 'di ba, Vietnam. Kaya lang dahil sa mga ECQ, 'di ba?
Yeah.
Kaya yun nagiging pero naging successful yun. At of course, congratulations sa lahat ng pati yung mga elemental queens ninyo. Lahat kayo well deserving. Yan.
I completely agree.
And yes, speaking of your co-candidates, sino nakita mong pinakamahigpit mong kalaban?
Sa una, honestly, like the thing is, I look at these girls. I know that a lot of them are very, very strong. I compliment all of them. I think they're so beautiful. They have a lot of strengths that I don't have. But it was not really me trying to compete with them. I just thought they were threatening, but I was trying to compete with myself at the same time. I want to be the best version of myself. But if I were to look at the girls who I found threatening, technically speaking, I saw, if you know, Amira and then
Yeah.
Anita and Sophia, and my best friend, malamang si Mia.
Anita with the killer body, right?
Yeah. Oh my God. Like honestly, best physique I've ever seen in pageantry for me personally.
Yes.
Diba?
At
I
kaya
hope
nga
she
natatawa.
wins
Yes.
again.
Yes. Kaya nga. Kaya natatawa ko sa iba eh. May mga nagsasabi na edited photos daw pag nakakuan, pag nakita yung katawan niya. Pero ang totoo is hindi. 19, di ba? 19 waistline niya eh.
I've trained with her. She really has a very, very small waist. Like I can actually almost put my hand around her waist. I've trained with her. I was looking at her. I was like, "Is that even real?" And she goes, "Like, yeah, it is."
Grabe. And good luck din sa kuan sa body transformation mo, sa paghahanda mo rin sa swimsuit mo para sa Miss Philippines Earth. Miss Earth 2021, of course.
I'm
Now,
excited. It's just hard right now because you can't really go to the gym. You can't meet with your
yes.
trainer. So I hope this subsides so that I can start doing some more.
Wow, good luck with that. Now, how were you being discovered by the Kagandahang Flores?
I was actually 17 years old when KF discovered me. Si Tito Gio, he's the one who found me. I was in Maggie Wilson's event for Maggie Wilson had an event for a show that she was doing. I forgot what it was called. And then Tito Gio saw me there, and then he's the one who got me. He says, "You want to do pageants? Na parang bagay ka sa pageants." So that's when he got me. I was 17, and who would have thought that after 17, I now am Miss Philippines.
Wow. So, kaibigan mo pala si Kaan, ang ating binibining Pilipinas World dati, na si Maggie Wilson, di ba?
Maggie Wilson is a family friend. So my family
Okay.
has known her family since Saudi. Like they all used to
Ah,
Saudi.
yes.
So my mom is technically kind of like super close with her mom. They cook together. They kind of do business together.
Wow. And having you said that one, I think your mom mo, isa rin ba siya nag-influence sa'yo para sumali sa pageant?
Not really, no. Like it's just
Ah,
me trying to experience life to see what would fit for me. Because you know, when you're at a young age, you don't know what you want yet, so you want to discover the things. So
yes.
that's how I got inclined to pageantry because somebody asked me, "Hey, do you want to join?" So that was Tito Gio, and then after Tito Gio, Mama Seth for Miss Manila. He's the one who let me join that one. And then after I joined a few times, I said, "Actually, I quite like this. I understand the purpose. I understand the significance. Maybe this is something I can do for myself."
Yun. And of course, speaking of Miss Philippines Earth, is that your first national pageant?
Yes, my very first, and I picked it specifically because I told myself the very first national pageant I'm going to join is Miss Earth.
What is in the Miss Earth pageant that you are attracted?
The reason I wanted to join Miss Earth is because it's a very specific topic, which is the environment. And the
Yeah.
environment is the most relevant topic that we have right now. Trying to solve the environmental crisis is not a problem for the Filipinos lang, but about everybody around the world. So I
Exactly.
told myself, if I want to, because I'm very passionate about the environment. So if I want to learn more about the environment, what more than to also join the competition where you have like-minded people who talk about things the same
Yes.
you want. So I'm like, this is the pageant for me because I love agriculture, I love animals, I love plants,
Oh,
I also like recycling. So it's everything. I believe that Miss Earth embodies who I am, or I embody what Miss Earth is.
okay. And having you said that one, if you were to become an animal, what animal are you and why?
If I were to be, that's a very funny question. If I were to be an, that's difficult. If I were to be an animal, I think I would be a wolf.
Oh,
The
why?
reason I choose the wolf is because I am not a cat or a meerkat where they have to go solo in life. I'm a person who likes to be in a pack. I believe
Wow.
consistency with the people around me, and I believe that we should always stick together because that's how you win if you stick together.
And having you said wolf, I have a word to kumbaga, to share about wolf.
Okay, what
Ito
is
yun.
it?
The word is lycanthropy. Lycanthropy is the technical term for a situation wherein a man think of himself as a wolf. Or in belief, this is the belief that a man turns to be a wolf during midnight, according to folklore. Like, favorite kong
Okay.
word na to eh. Kaya nung binanggit mo yung wolf, naisip ko bigla. Lycanthropy. Mm-mm. Yung sa, di ba sa may mga werewolf na mga movies, that's the
Yeah,
word.
we're at midnight. They're
Uh,
like, "Ooh," like in this
yes.
whole movie thing like that.
And that's a valid word. Now, sabi mo, favorite mo rin ng mga plants. If you were to become a flower, what is that? What the
Be a
flower is?
flower, I think I would be a sunflower. Just one of the brightest, most joyful flower. Really tall, and
Yes.
represents a lot of joy because when I look at sunflowers, that's my favorite flower. It's not only just
Oh,
a flower, but it also has a lot of seeds that you can eat. So it's a very useful flower.
yes.
Yeah.
And you have the sunflower, di ba? Sunflower oil, di ba?
Yeah.
And wherever the sun goes, nandun yung direction niya.
Yeah. I feel like I
And
gravitate towards light.
exactly. And having you said that one, may technical term naman ako para sa ating mga viewers din. Heliotrope. Heliotrope is the actually technical term for a plant that follows the direction of the sun.
I love it.
Yes, heliotrope. Yan. And one of
You know
them is
what? You
that.
know a lot of the technical terms.
Uh, mahilig ako sa kuan. Mahilig ako sa mga words. Yes, dito sa Jeddah is I play Scrabble. Nabanggit ko na yan, yes. Professional Scrabble player. Yeah.
What?
And I have books. Look at this. Is that a word? And I have these dictionaries. I have with me.
I did not
And
once place.
animals, of course, animals. I have. So baka parehas tayo ng hilig din.
I love that.
Wow. And ito, anong tingin mo is the environmental concern that you should be addressing to the world as the new queen of Miss Philippines Earth?
I feel like the environmental concern that everybody needs to talk about is just the environment in general. I don't want to be specific because I have my advocacy, which is a niche, but every single thing that we can do to help is something we need to tackle. If it's renewable energy, if it's efficient waste management, if it's trying to have a circular economy, every single thing needs to be addressed because in the totality,
Exactly.
all of them are linked towards each other. So we need to find our little diverses and really solve it in our own ways. So for me, it's recycling plastic as of the moment, but I want to branch out after I'm done with my advocacies.
Yes, and good luck for that. Now let's go back to your pageant experience. At what age you started joining pageant? Like in
My
school
first
or barangay or no, in your city like that? Yes.
My first pageant I've ever joined, I think I was around 18 or 19 years old, and that was Miss Manila. That's already considered a bit late from other
Ye-
girls. You know, they joined, like Catriona joined when she was a kid, and other people. I was
Yes.
never considered a person, or I never considered myself to be a part of the beauty industry. You know, I never thought it would be like that. It just suddenly kind of happened.
Yes. And kumusta ang experience na yun sa Miss Manila?
Well, it was my jump start. I was such a kid. I didn't know what was happening around me. I was surprised that I even got fourth runner up, so I was really happy. And then I think Pia Wurtzbach was one of my judges there. So I was very
Yes.
nervous. I've never done pageantry. One of the biggest people in pageantry is there. Thousands of people are watching, and I had to.
Yes.
So it was nerve wracking. It was an experience that molded me to becoming the beauty queen that I am today. Because if it wasn't for that, then I don't think I would have been here.
And that time may camp ka na?
Yeah, KF. Nung 17 pa. 17 years old na.
Yes. Oo nga pala, nabanggit kanina. And then after that, Miss Paranaque, di ba?
That's
Kumusta?
2019.
Kumusta ang experience na yon?
It was, for me, honestly, that's one of, if Miss Earth is my dream pageant, Miss Paranaque was a pageant for my heart. because I've always lived in Parañaque ever since I was a kid. So I told
Mm.
myself that I want people to know who I am in Parañaque. I want to represent this country, but I don't want to just ask. I'm going to compete for it. So I went there and nobody told me, hey Nana, can you join Miss Parañaque? I walked into my barangay door and I said, I want to join Miss Parañaque. And he says,
Oh,
okay.
grabe.
Yeah, he said, join.
Nagulat.
And then after that, I just like really went through it. I gave it all my thing, and then I won Miss Parañaque. And then they were so happy. They're like, "Oh my God, I didn't think that somebody, because usually they look for girls to come and join."
Yes.
And then I came out of nowhere. I'm like, I want to join because this is my city and I want to represent it properly.
Wow. Love that courage, ah. Kahit siguro pag ako organizer nun, biglang may dumating, napakaganda, napaka-Diyosa, tapos biglang gustong i-represent ang kanyang sarili. That was a blessing for them, ah. Ay, ang ganda nito.
That's what
Tapos,
my barangay captain says, because that was the best year for Merville. We won Miss Parañaque and we also won best in barangay for Parañaque.
wow.
So it was a great year.
Who could refuse the beautiful Naelah Alshorbaji, di ba? You're so welcome. And yung nga, nung naging Miss Parañaque ka, it's either, namimili ka ba? Pag Miss Parañaque nanalo, it's either sa Miss Earth o sa ibang pageant sasali?
I think they wanted me because when I was in Miss Parañaque, I won 2 crowns. I won Miss Parañaque and I won Miss Tourism.
Okay.
So I think they wanted me to join a tourism pageant, but I let them know that the pageant I wanted to join was Miss Earth. And I told them, please give me some time. I would like to rest for a little bit and then join Miss Earth. And then they were all for it. They really did support me.
During that time, were you working or studying?
I wasn't able to finish my schooling because my family was not financially capable of putting me in school anymore. I was a working student, and once they stopped paying for my tuition, I just went on with my work and I became a professional model. So I supply myself, I pay for my own bills, and I try to help my friends.
Wow. So salute to you for that, ah. Grabe, di ba? Millennial woman, di ba?
We are millennials, we are independent now. We have cats, we work so we can feed our cats.
Now, how do you balance your time now? Yung time management mo, para mo siya binabalance ngayon?
As much as possible, we try to keep a schedule, try to figure out, when is when, so we know what to do with it. But so far, I'm trying to, after interviews, I try to take a rest so that I can have a mental break before I give it my all again. Kasi medyo nakakapagod because I train so much, work so hard for Miss Earth. And if I don't take a break, I might have a mental breakdown.
Yes. Actually, akala ng iba, gaya ng itong interview na to, parang yung masaya lang, nagkukwentuhan. Pero guys, after ng interview, actually nakaka-drain. Pero masaya. Of course, masaya. Yan. And of course, ito, may papakita ako mga photos sa'yo. And I would like you to react. Kumbaga, your opinion kung ano ang yun. Ano para sa'yo. Yan. Let's start with this one. This is overfishing. Ano yung idea mo dito?
Overfishing is a serious problem, which not just damages the oceans that we're, it's also damaging the corals within that. And I was watching documentaries on the fact that the ocean has reduced immensely. And if we don't stop overfishing, then the deep blue sea will be completely lost. There won't be anything there. And once the ocean dies, then the rest of the planet will go with it, because we have an ecosystem that we must follow. So really, it hurts my heart. And as after watching the documentary, I actually reduced my amount of seafood intake so that I don't, contribute as much as possible. So I suggest everyone to try to do that.
And the problem with overfishing is it included some of the unwanted catch. Yung mga hindi nila kailangan, ang tinatapon na lang, di ba?
Yeah, they catch them, they die, and then they throw them back in the ocean, which also kind of deteriorates, which is not bad, which is bad for the ocean. So not only do they collect the fish that we eat, they also collect unwanted fish, and they die along the way. So that's kind of a little
Exactly.
bit immoral in a sense.
And this one, hashtag animal extension.
There's a lot of people who say that animal extinction, especially different types of varieties of animals, are because of human or natural selection. But the
Mm-mm.
truth is, we are like more animals are getting extinct because of human interactions or what we
Exactly.
are doing towards the environment. You could say that it's not that, it's the other way around, but there are studies showing that that's the truth and that's the reality that we have right now. So in order for us to protect the animals around us and reduce the risk of having more animals extinction, we must protect the environment because everything is interconnected towards each other.
Yes. And ma-trivia ko lang dyan eh. One of the symbols of animal extension is the dodo. The bird ones in Madagascar.
The
Yes,
dodo.
that's yeah, dodo bird. It's Rapus coculatus. And we also have the largest bird, elephant bird. Na yan. And we have from Australia also. We have the, what is that? Tasmanian tiger. The only marsupial predator. Nawala rin
If
yun
I
because of
recall
that.
correctly, we also had like a specific elephant in the Philippines for like a
Yes,
native
we
elephant
have that. Yes,
went extinct as well. So there are a lot of animals within the
yes.
Philippines that also went extinct because I mean we're cutting down forests,
Mm,
we're cutting down their homes, and do we really expect that nothing's gonna happen? Every time you do an
yes,
act, there's always gonna be repercussions, and this is what's happening. So we need to figure out
yes.
how to solve it the best way that we can.
And having you said that one, our next hashtag is hashtag habitat loss.
Habitat loss. Isn't
Mm-mm.
it wonderful that we wake up in the morning, we have food on our table, we have a
Yes.
place to sleep, and this is our
Mm-mm.
home? But the sad thing is, this home that we have, we took it away from a lot of animals, a lot of different
Exactly.
biodiversities, because we cut down plants, we cut down their homes, and they have to migrate. But what are we going to do when we continue to do that? That reduces the population of animals, that reduces the cycle of the environment that we have. We have an ecosystem that we must follow, but we're kind of breaking it down. So hopefully
Yes.
we try to incorporate plants within the city and have architecture so that we can have a little biodiversity within the city. That's
Yes.
one thing that we could do. Because, like in Merville, there are some houses that have big lots and they have a
Yes.
lot of animals inside, like different lizards, different birds. So if
Mm-mm.
we try to build that, a lot of animals will come back.
Exactly. And gusto ko yung sinabi mo because not all of the animals have the ability to migrate.
Yeah.
'Di ba? Yung iba is nagsusurvive lang within that habitat. Pag nawala yung habitat, sila rin ay nawawala.
Yeah.
Yan.
That's why we have animal extinction. I
Yes.
mean, it's a lot to do with us and what we're doing towards the planet, which is really sad.
Yes. And with this one, urbanization.
Urbanization. This is what
Mm-mm.
all the humans are trying to do, but I wish we wouldn't just urbanize cities and create them just for humans. Like I said a while
Yes,
ago,
exactly.
architecture is the best way to look forward because we not only have our urbanized city where we have buildings, but we leave some space so that other animals, because this earth is not for us, it's for every living thing.
Exactly.
So
Mm.
let's try to infuse that and understand that they belong here too, and they also have a home. So let's give them a home too, right beside us, so that we can live in unity.
Ayun. Thank you for that. At ito naman, yan. O, handang-handa na to para sa Miss Earth 2021. And this one.
What?
Hashtag ice melting.
Yeah, the ice cap melting is because of
Yes.
global warming, everything
Yes.
that's happening to us right now. So everything that we have is, like I said, always linked towards each other. And how we could solve this problem in our own ways is to reduce the amount of technical damages we have for the environment. So this is quite obvious, and no matter how you put it, we are damaging the environment. And I hope everybody takes into consideration, wakes up, and tries to make a difference, even if it's just a little.
Yeah. Yan. And of course, we also have this one na related din sa global warming. Yan. Ito. Forest fire. Hashtag forest fire.
Hashtag forest fire. This is also something that is currently happening around the globe
Yes.
in Greece, a lot of different countries.
Yes.
People are suffering from this, and it's not just animals, but also, kababayan, like people who are like us, people who
Yes.
go through these kinds of things. So it's a
Very
wake up
destructive.
call.
Yes, very
Yes,
destructive.
destructive. It's a wake up call. It means that we
Yes.
need to stop. We need to figure it out because this is not
Mm.
going to be the first time. It's not going to be the last time, and it will constantly happen if we don't solve this. So hopefully, everybody watching this, let's try to unite and figure out a way to not just solve forest fire, but to have a circular economy so that we don't have these things happening around us.
Exactly. And thank you for that beautiful message para sa kanila. Yes, sana. Kasi grabe ko ang
Yeah, I know.
daming
I remember watching.
destruction na nangyayari dito. Yes. And also the animals living there. Di ba?
No, I remember there's like I think you can go on a
Australia.
site. I forgot what country. I think it was in Australia.
Yes,
They were
Australia.
saving a lot of koalas, and
Yes,
you can
koalas. Mm.
go online and
The
fund
marsupials
for the
too.
koalas to save them. So basically, that koala is your not really pet, but it's under your name, and you kind of pay for its living. So
Yes.
that's possible. You guys can search it up. I think it's in WWF, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes. At ito, meron tayo dito because sana yun. Ito. Ano yung thoughts mo dito? Hashtag online class.
Online classes. We are in a honestly. I wish we had something like that when I was in school and college. So at least work at the same time as have my online classes. I think
Mm.
online classes is the best thing for our generation right now. The fact that we have an internet and the fact that we can adapt to the
Yes.
situation happening around us. Back in the day when there was a pandemic in the 90s, we didn't have a way to go back to school. We didn't have a way to get educated. But now we have internet, we have these resources, and I think that's quite amazing. Cheers to humans because now we can have something like this.
Yes. And of course, pa-shoutout ko muna dito kasi nandito sila si Mondido Dayan, of course, kuwan ko to, estudyante ko to, Ahlan Ong, Sir Ahlan Ong, and mga tito ko na nanonood dyan. Hello po sa inyong lahat. Yan. Si Amzad, yes. Okay, and another one. So, gusto mo palang maranasan yung online class, no?
Yeah, I want to. Diba? At least you're in
Yes.
the comfort of your own home, and then you don't have to get any travel time. And also, I think it's better for the environment because you don't have to pick up all the students. People don't
Yes.
have to travel by themselves in their own cars. So
Exactly. That's the positive side.
yes.
The disadvantage side are those living in the remote areas
Yes,
that
the
do
one-
not have access to the internet. That's another thing. So,
the other
dito ko,
negative,
yes. Okay.
sorry,
Go on. Yan.
the other negative side would be the fact that people would just be staying indoors, which is a bad mental state for a lot of people, which increases suicide rates.
Yes. Of course, mega shoutout kay Enzo Al. Hello po sa inyo dyan. Yan. Kasi, kung pala kung gusto niyo ma-interact dito, please punta kayo sa Philippine Pageant page. Yan, para i-show ko yung comment niyo dyan sa baba. Oh, dyan sa baba. At ito, meron tayong next. We have ito. Ano yung masasabi mo dito?
New normal.
Hashtag new normal.
Hashtag new normal. All that we have right now, the pandemic has caused everybody to move to a different lifestyle. And it's nice because we can adapt to such a thing like this. But at the same time, wait, I'm trying to figure it out actually.
Yes. Take your time.
Because I'm trying to think think of like the positives to the new normal, the fact that we are safe, but at the same time,
Yes.
I wish we would go back to normal.
It's a human adaptation, di ba? Flexibility ng tao.
Yeah, the new normal that we have is just how flexible we are as people, the fact that we can do all of the things right now. And let's all just look at the bright side. Soon enough, we would go back to normal. But for now, let's just keep safe and be safe for each other. Because if we get vaccinated, put our mask on, and have online meetings, it would be safer.
Yes. And having you said vaccinated, ito yung next natin. So of course, hi kay kaklase ko si Nili Albarico. Hello po sa inyo dyan. Yan. Kasi yung iba kong live, nasa sa Facebook ko. Kaya nandun yung nag-interact. Yung mga nakakilala sa akin. Yan. Oo. Ito, hashtag vaccine.
Vaccination. This is something that is very essential when it comes to the pandemic. This is the key to solving the problem that we have right now. And actually, I watched a video today that was stating that a woman who got vaccinated as soon as possible, when she gave birth to her child, the child actually developed antibodies to battle coronavirus. So we can protect ourselves through vaccination, and everybody gets vaccinated, then hopefully the virus wouldn't mutate as much. So like I said,
Yes.
get vaccination. Getting vaccinated is not just for your health, but it's for the health of the people around you, especially for the people who cannot handle the illness. So please think of yourself, think about everybody around you, and stay safe and keep your distance, especially right now. The cases are insane.
Yes, sobra dyan sa Pilipinas.
Yeah. So
Dito
yeah,
sa-
everybody get vaccinated.
Dito sa Saudi, of course, thankfully, alhamdulillah, because most of us are fully vaccinated. And we are opening the school, face-to-face school. Kaya yung mga 12 years old pataas, halos vaccinated na. It is allowed dito sa Jeddah, dito sa Saudi. Yan. Kumusta ang vaccination mo?
I am on my first dose, so I'm waiting for my second dose to. Because I'm AstraZeneca, so it's going to take me a few months before I take my second dose. It's the longest one I've taken, right?
Yes. I had my AstraZeneca first, and then after a month, Pfizer dito sa Saudi. Dalawa. Kasi sabi nila maganda daw ang combination. And of course, I have this one. Yan. I have this one. Pinakahuli na to dito sa, yan, ito. Hashtag Mother Earth.
Hashtag Mother Earth. The reason we are here today, the reason we can even breathe, is all because of our mother. She has been loving, always giving everything that we truly need, from food, water, and shelter. Yet as her children, we never really gave back. We always took from her. So I advise, and I really want everybody to listen to me when I say, as her children, all of us should give back. Let's take care of her because she took care of us. And know that we should love her as much as she loves us. Because in this time of need, we need to protect her. Because when we protect her, we also protect ourselves.
Exactly. Yes, and I agree with that. Now, of all the national pageants, what makes you proud that you are Miss Philippines Earth?
The reason I'm proud of being Miss Philippines Earth is because I'm a representative for a cause that I believe is very relevant to this day. And it's been relevant for how many years right now. But I'm so proud because I'm not only passionate about this, but I can't wait to show the world what we Filipinos can do for the environment and be an inspiration in this country, because I feel like we can do that with the things that we have. We're one of the leading causes of marine biodiversity, trash pollution, especially when it comes to plastic waste. And I hope that we can solve that problem together, because we Filipinos deserve better.
Oh, thank you for that. Ito, with kagandahang florist, mayroon na kayong 16 na Miss Philippines Earth. And some of them won the Miss Earth pageant. Ano ang paghahanda ng isang Naelah Alshorbaji for the Miss Earth pageant?
Well, I'm gonna try to refine myself the best way that I can. I tried so hard to win Miss Philippines Earth with what
Yes.
I can do, but now I'm gonna try to win Miss Earth International, what me and my entire team and my entire country can do, because it's not about me, but it's about the people.
At kumusta ang paghahanda mo? Kumusta ang gown at sa national costume mo?
We're still talking. We're still figuring out. I'm not gonna tell you guys all the chismes.
Sekreto muna, no?
Yeah, you're gonna know. Not now. Sorry.
The concept, wala muna.
Well, no, I'm not gonna say anything yet. I'm sorry.
Wow, it's okay. Well, parang abangan namin yan, ah. How about your catwalk? I mean, yung pasarela walk.
My pasarela will still be training a lot with KF. I still need a lot of refinement. I feel like that's one of the things that I would be focusing on the most, because it's really difficult to get the best in your own pasarela. So I'm gonna focus on that a lot.
And the Q&A.
The Q&A is also something that I'll be, like I said, I'm just gonna be me and Miss Philippines Earth, but completely and refined version, like the optimal version of myself.
Nakita ko sa announcement that the finals would be on December. Would that be virtual or face-to-face or actual?
We
Or not
weren't
yet?
yet. I haven't been able to talk to the organization properly and sit down with them. So they haven't said if it's going to be virtual, where it's going to be, or if it's going to be live. So I know as much as all of you.
Ayun. Sa mga gustong sumali ng Miss Earth Philippines or mag-venture out of beauty pageant, especially to the young generation, if you have piece of advice for them, ano yun?
My advice to you guys is first to find your purpose as to why you're doing something like this. Because there's a lot of moments where you feel like you're going to be broken down, insulted, ridiculed for who you are. But once you find that purpose within yourself, it will light the way. It will show you that I can handle this because it's not for me, but my purpose. So that's the first thing you must do in order to start joining the pageants. Just know why you do it. And then every time you forget, just have a note to remind you, okay, this is why I need to go. This is why I need to push myself because of this.
Wow. At ito sinabi mo kanina na in some part of you, parang self-supporting ka. Anong laking tulong sa'yo ang beauty pageant financially?
What do you mean? Sorry?
According to your statement a while ago, you were self-supporting and then you joined the beauty pageant. Gaano kalaking tulong sa'yo ang beauty pageant when it comes to financial matters?
Financially speaking.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
So far, of course you get your prize money, but at the same time, I didn't join pageants because I thought that pageants would give me money. Really,
Yes.
I invest from my own pockets. The reason I chose pageants is because they gave me a platform for the change that I want to see in the world so that I could pursue my projects. Honestly speaking, like I probably spent a lot and I haven't gotten it back, but it's more like a
Yes.
passion, something that I really
Yes, exactly.
a way of giving back to the people around me.
When it comes to personality development, anong laking tulong sa'yo ng beauty pageant?
Oh my goodness. I swear to God, this is every single beauty queen who's ever joined pageants would know that person that like the number one thing that happens is you develop your personality. You become a stronger woman, more confident. You know yourself, you know what's happening because you're under a lot of pressure. And you know,
Yes.
when you're under a lot of pressure, it kind of tests who you are. How can you deal with it? And that's the personality development in pageantry.
Wow. At ito natanong ko na to eh. Pero tatanong ko to sa'yo. Kasi iba-iba kayo ng mga thoughts. If there is misconception about beauty pageant that you have proven wrong, what is that?
The misconception of beauty pageants, and I also had this misconception before I even joined,
Yes.
which is also always for beauty, glam, superficialness, and it's just for something in terms of just beauty. But that's not the truth. The main thing about pageantry is the humanitarianism, the lending the hand, to being a voice to the people. That's what I feel what pageants is a priority. You're not looking for just a beautiful girl, but a beautiful girl with a heart and a purpose to help the people around her.
Wow, thank you po that. At mega shoutout ko muna dito, Queen Naelah. Si Kuan, Mayam at si Manny Arley. Hello po sa inyo dyan. Naki-interact sila sa Kuan. And of course, ito. What is your definition of beauty?
My definition of beauty is I think beauty is very diverse. It doesn't have to be a single thing. It doesn't have to be a face. It doesn't have to be a body, but something that you love, something that you like, and that becomes beautiful in the end of the day. Just oozing with confidence, no matter who you are, that's true beauty.
Exactly. And what is your definition of Filipina beauty nowadays?
Unstoppable. Filipino beauty, you like
Powerhouse.
everything, even from back in the day. This is why pageantry is so amazing in the Philippines. This is why we're the
Exactly.
powerhouse.
Yes.
It's because Filipina beauty is truly unstoppable. We have a heart, we can do anything.
Yes. At Filipina beauties, beauty queens, inaabangan ng ibang bansa. Now, ano yung feeling mo na ngayon ikaw naman ang inaabangan sa Miss Earth ng ibang bansa?
Of course, there's a sense of pressure to a certain extent, but knowing that I have this, which not a lot of people get to experience, I'm just going to enjoy it. This is my time to shine. This is my time to show the Philippines what I'm about. And this is my time to really get to know my roots, get to know the people around me, know what I'm representing. So I'm very, very excited for what's about to happen.
Well, thank you for that. Now, when is the time you feel you are the most beautiful version of yourself?
Excuse me?
When is the time you feel that you are the most beautiful version of yourself?
When I do good for more than just myself, that's how I feel the most beautiful person. Because it's really in here, and I honestly say that with my heart. Because when I look in the mirror and I just look at superficialities, it doesn't give me a great gratitude. But then when I help someone, it warms my heart and it makes me feel beautiful on the inside.
Wow. Thank you for that. Now, what is the best advice you have received from your parents? As far as your beauty pageant journey is concerned.
Well, my parents don't really give me advice in terms of beauty pageants, but my mom told me once to not serve anything that's not for me. The world is so broad that you can survive without the things that you think you need. So just look at what's around you, know that you're going to be okay no matter what, and have that courage within yourself to try and dip your feet in stuff that you don't really know, but get excited because life is all about experiencing things.
Now, who is Miss Naelah Alshorbaji outside of beauty pageant?
Naelah Alshorbaji is a person who's excited for the world. She's not only afraid, but at the same time excited because regardless of her fear, she wants to experience every little thing because life is a game. Life is a journey. And since it's a game, you know what you do with games? You try to get experience, always get more and more and more experience. So I try to play life like Monopoly. Just get what you can. You only have one, so live it up.
If there are 3 words to describe you as a person, what are those words?
3 words that could describe me as a person. Experienced, full of hope,
Yes.
and grateful. I would be very grateful for everything that is given to me constantly.
Wow. Now, how would you like to be remembered as a beauty queen?
I would like to be remembered as a beauty queen, as a beauty for the environment, and a person for the people. That's number 1.
Wow. At sa darating na Miss Earth 2021, ano ang maipapangako ng isang Naelah Alshorbaji to the Philippine pageantry and to the Filipino people?
Ano po? Sorry, I can't really hear you.
What can you promise to the Philippines or the Filipinos to your journey to the Miss Earth 2021?
I can promise you guys that I'm gonna give it my very best. I'm gonna try to give it my 120%, or if I can, 200%. Because I'm
Wow.
not representing myself, like I said, I'm representing all of you. And I hope that all of you can have my back and support me because I'm gonna need it. There are moments where I'm gonna ask myself, what am I doing this for? And I wanna know that I'm doing it for all of you.
Wow, thank you for
Thank you
that.
guys.
And
Send some love.
yes, may shoutout sa pinsan ko, Muhamira Abu, at saka lahat kayo dyan. Uh, at, of course, ito, kung may mga pasasalamatan kang tao o grupo, sino sila?
Well, first off, I would love to thank God and my family for being there. My brother's birthday right now, so I just want to shout
Oh,
out happy birthday to Mo. I love you
happy
so much.
birthday! Yan.
I would like to thank KF, Tito Raj, really Tito Raj, for being by my side. You're even giving me this interview right now. I would like to thank
Yes,
Miss Philippines Earth and the entire
yes.
organization. Thank you so much for making my dreams come true. From my glam team to the entirety of Parañaque City, the tourism hall, and Merville Barangay. And every single person that I mentioned, you guys know who you are. I love you very much. And my win is your win. So thank you so much, guys, for being by my side. And I hope you can continue because this is only the beginning.
Exactly. At mabalik tayo sa advocacies mo, di ba? Advocacy mo. Ano nga uli yung advocacy mo, Queen Naelah?
My advocacy is turning plastic waste into quality materials in order for us to have a circular economy. What I mean by turning plastic waste into quality materials is turning the hard plastic, shredding it down and melting it so that you can create whatever you want if you have a mold. So you can create tables, chairs,
Wow.
benches, you can create school supplies. And what this can do is it could help people get jobs. You can use
Mm.
these to supply public schools. And you can also earn money off of this. So this is something that is environmentally helping. It helps the environment, and it's also helping the economy of the country. Because a lot of the times people would say, "Why do we have to help the environment when it destroys the economy?" But this is a way where we can solve both of those problems.
Exactly. At ito, pagdating sa advocacy mo, may certain group ka na ba or foundation na affiliated?
There is a foundation that we buy our materials from, and if you guys want to advocate for this and bring it to your own barangay, you can search up Precious Plastic Philippines. That's where you can buy your machines that you need and everything basically, and they will teach you everything that you need to know.
Precious Plastic Philippines, no?
Yeah, Precious Plastic Philippines.
Wow. Okay. At ito, asan na? Yan. Sa mga paghahanda mo ngayon, kung bukas na ang pageant, Miss Earth, handang-handa na ba ang isang Naelah Alshorbaji?
If tomorrow was the pageant night, I would honestly say that I would still want to work a bit more because I want to have
Yes.
it perfect to the T.
Yan. Sa mga supporters mo, sa mga naniniwala sa'yo, at sa mga nag-aabang ng journey mo para sa Miss Earth, paano kanila susuportahan?
Hopefully, you guys can support me on my Facebook page, which is Miss Philippines Earth 2021 Naelah Alshorbaji. I'll be posting everything that's happening, so you guys can stay tuned there. And if you want to follow me on Instagram, my name is NANAYOWBUSINEENESS. Nana Your Business, basically.
Wow. And of course, sa mga hindi pa nakapag-subscribe sa Miss Earth page or sa Miss Philippines Earth, guys, if you want more updates sa ating queen, punta lang kayo sa Miss Philippines Earth page, di ba? Official page nila. At saka sa Miss Earth. Tulungan po natin yan kasi, of course, sariling pageant po natin yan. At of course, it is about the Mother Earth. It is about the environment. Yan ang maganda sa...
Sorry.
Yan.
You can download the ecosystem app. So we'll be updating you guys through the ecosystem app as well.
Ayun. At of course, ako nagpapasalamat sa iyo, Queen Naelah Alshorbaji, for your time to grace for an interview with us. Carousel Production, maraming salamat. Sir Rogel Flores, maraming salamat. Sa lahat ng nanonood, sa lahat ng naniniwala, and to our followers, we have almost 370,000 followers. Thank you so much. Yan. At tuloy po tayo sa pagsuporta kay Miss Philippines Earth 2020, Naelah Alshorbaji. Yan. At of course, dito sa Jeddah, sa gustong mag-aral ng cake decoration, graphics art, massage wellness course, punta lang kayo sa Global Skills Training Center. Isa din ako sa nagtuturo doon. Yan. So, mabuhay ka. Yan, Miss Naelah. Maraming salamat sa iyo. Yan. And thank you for the time, ha? Good luck sa lahat ng paghahanda mo.
Thank you
Anything
so
that you would like us to feature about your preparation, please feel free to message us. And of course, Tito Rogel, yes. And pinakahuling mensahe mo para sa lahat.
Excuse me?
Pinakahuling mensahe mo, last message to the viewers.
My last message as your Miss Philippines Earth is I hope everybody around here stays safe, get vaccinated, and other than that, try to do something about the environment, research, find something that would be easy for you to start, because we don't need a million people doing zero waste or environmentally projects perfectly and then stopping at some point. We need them to do it imperfectly so that millions and millions of people would also do something like that. So hopefully everybody gets encouraged, and let's try to solve this problem together. Let's go green.
Exactly. At of course, sabi ni Admin Jello, ang first ni Queen Naelah. Yan. Of course, mga co-admins ko dyan, hello po sa inyong lahat. At ito na, guys, maraming salamat sa inyo. At ito, ang ganda, napaka-smart, total caliber ang ating Miss Philippines Earth. Kaya, hindi na ako magtataka. Nasa atin uli ang Miss Earth Crown sa taong ito. And of course, good luck sa napakaganda, napaka-smart, napaka-positibo. Ito, si Miss Naelah Alshorbaji. Magandang hapon po. Yan, you're so welcome. Good luck, Reggie Puentes Solon. Yan. Thank you. And mabuhay po kayo. Yan. Asa na yung kuha natin dito. Ayun.